Hi everyone, welcome to the Mass Retirees Weekly Update. Today's Friday, August 7th. I'm Sean Duhamel from the Mass Retirees Association. First and foremost, if you're not yet a Mass Retirees member, please consider joining with us. Our true strength for our association comes through you as our members, as public retirees. So if you're not yet a member, if you're not receiving your newsletter, this is the September 2020 edition of The Voice. 20 pages full of all kinds of important information about your retirement, things that are specific to your retirement that you can only find here at Mass Retirees through the information we put out. And if you are a Mass Retirees member, or if you're anybody, as a matter of fact, watching this video, please at the very least give us a like, whether you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. Right above, I think I'm pointing in the right direction here, should be a like button. Like our page. It helps you keep you in contact with us, but also helps us to spread our message to other public retirees and active public employees who use us as a vital resource for information. So this week is going to be pretty much a catch-all episode of a bunch of different stuff going on. As I said, our newsletter's out. We went to press 2 weeks early this time. Our print shop, Standard Modern, which by the way is a union print shop here in Massachusetts, they do a fantastic job for us. They were able to turn around the newsletter in record time and get it to you. We wanted to make sure this information was in your hands prior to the voting process beginning this month for the September 1st primary here in Massachusetts. Most importantly, over the next couple of weeks, we do have a series of telephone town halls coming up. This coming Monday, August 10th at 1 p.m., we will be joined by Massachusetts Secretary of State Bill Galvin, who will be our special guest for an hour to answer your questions, but also to give you information as to the voting process and some of the changes that have occurred here in Massachusetts because of COVID-19 and the pandemic to allow people to vote safely, easily, and to enable all of you and all of us to participate in the democratic process in a way that makes us feel safe because of what's going on. So some of the laws have changed to make this easier. That includes the ability to vote by mail for both the primary and the general election, and we'll be providing you with more information. That information is also in our newsletter, which is one of the reasons why we got it to you early this time around. But the Tele-Town Hall begins at 1 p.m. on Monday afternoon. Our telephone town hall events and all of our Mass Retirees meetings are member-only events. So you have to be a member of Mass Retirees in order to participate in these types of events. We have provided you with the call-in information. It was in your July newsletter. It's again printed in the September newsletter. It's also going to be emailed to you once again. It's a toll-free number. That's one way for you to connect to the Tele-Town Halls. The second way is to receive an automated telephone call from me at 1 o'clock at the time the meeting is going to occur. That all you need to do is answer the phone, stay on the line, and you will be automatically connected to the meeting. And we're going to use this service again and again throughout all of our Tele-Town Hall meetings. It's the way that most of our members connect to the meeting. It's super simple. And it's pretty inexpensive for us to do it this way. So it's just a convenience all the way around for everybody. So if you get a call from Mass Retirees, the number that will come in to you will be 617-723-7283. Again, 617-723-7283. That is our main number here at Mass Retirees. That's also the number that we use to place automated phone calls to you. The number that you call to connect to the Tele-Town Halls, again, that's contained in your newsletter. I'm not going to say it here on the video. This video goes out to everybody, and these are member-only events. So that's why we're not publicly providing the toll-free number for everybody. On August 19th, we also have a Tele-Town Hall. That Tele-Town Hall meeting will be relative to telehealth and telemedicine. And we will be joined on that call by our friends and partners from the IBIS program, who will talk about their program, but also telehealth in general, what it is, why it's important, how it is so easy for you to use. Several members of Mass Retirees, our staff, and our executive board will be on the line, and Cheryl Stillman, our insurance coordinator. She has been an IBIS user now for about 2.5 months and loves the program, absolutely loves it, and she wants to share her experience with all of you. As a matter of fact, if you do sign up for IBIS and you want to talk about it, or you need some advice, or just need someone to help walk you through how everything works, feel free to give Cheryl a call. Her telephone number is on the back of your membership card, along with mine and Frank Valeri and Bill Reary, our whole executive team. Our numbers are on your membership card. But give Cheryl a call if you have a question about IBIS. She's more than happy to help and talk to members. And these days, quite honestly, with all of us, by and large, being stuck at home, or at least really curtailing some of our normal activities, I know that Cheryl just enjoys talking to people. She's a type A personality. For any of you who have met Cheryl or engaged with Cheryl, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So she's always very eager to speak with members and help you through that process. In additional news, Massachusetts has extended its legislative calendar for the year. Normally, the House and Senate would have ended their formal business at the end of July this year. But because of COVID-19 and the ensuing economic problems that have resulted in the delay in the state budget and all of those related issues, the legislature has chosen to extend their session indefinitely. They're going to be in session as long as it takes to get things done and to take care of business and protect the people here in Massachusetts. So we're grateful for that. The state right now is operating on a 3-month budget. There was an agreement reached a week or so ago between the House and the Senate and Governor Baker that the budget now has only been passed through the month of October. And the anticipation is that in October, a full state budget will be passed, and by then, hopefully we will have a better handle on what's happening with COVID-19 and the pandemic and the progress that's being made to combat this terrible virus, as well as what is the true economic impact here in Massachusetts, what type of aid may or may not be coming from the federal government. That is a critical piece of all of this. If the Senate does not follow suit and pass some type of an economic relief package for the states and the cities and towns, we're going to have some very deep problems going forward. Right now, the anticipated budget deficit here in Massachusetts ranges somewhere between $6 to $8 billion. That's billion with a B. The only way that the state can truly overcome that is through some assistance from the federal government. So that's an ongoing piece of work, and we're just hoping for the best there. But we will be very engaged in this process, representing your interest, advocating as best we can to try to improve retiree benefits. But most importantly, during this very difficult time, we want to make sure that you don't lose anything. You worked too hard, too long, and you put just too much of yourself into your public service career. You've earned these benefits, you've paid for these benefits, and we're just not going to sit by and allow some of these outside groups to use this as an excuse to cut back on health care or to delay or cut back on COLA payments. Your pension is safe. Your pension cannot be changed or cut back or stopped. The law does not allow for that. The big danger is new benefits going forward, such as COLAs. And certainly on the healthcare front, there is some wiggle room at the local level for cities and towns to monkey around with your health insurance benefits and cost shift and play all those games that we've seen in the past. And that is one of the big concerns we have right now. We are working with our network across the state at the local level to do our best to make sure that that doesn't happen. At the very least, it doesn't happen without a serious fight. So if you do hear about changes being talked about in your local community here in Massachusetts, let us know. Call me, call Frank, call Bill, call Nancy McGovern, Tommy Bonarigo, call someone in our office. Let us know what's going on. Oftentimes we don't know what's happening at the local level until we hear about it from all of you. So we're all in this together. We got to work together and make sure that everybody is protected, regardless of where you're retired from. And finally, in terms of the COLA, most of our members received COLA benefits or COLA increase in your July pension check. The one big exception to that, unfortunately, is state and teacher retirees. Your COLA is part of the state budget, and because of the delay in the state budget, the COLA is also delayed. But we're very confident that the COLA will be granted when the full budget is passed in October, and we are doing everything we can to make sure that those benefits are retroactive to July 1st. We don't see any reason why that wouldn't occur, But right now it remains a work in progress for state and teacher retirees. And finally, please continue to stay safe. The numbers here in Massachusetts, unfortunately, in terms of COVID-19 and in new cases, they are trending upward a little bit. It's a reason for concern. The reason why they're trending upward is, quite honestly, some folks are being a little bit reckless. Going to big parties, big family gatherings where people are not wearing masks or just aren't exercising just common sense. This disease is real, is going to continue to spread for as long as it takes for us to come up with a vaccine and better treatments. In the meantime, we all need to work together to keep each other safe, keep ourselves safe, keep our families safe, and to help rebuild this economy. Because, God forbid, we go back into a lockdown, the economic impact, if nothing else, is going to be much, much worse than it already is. And none of us want to see that happen. I know here in my family, the key thing is we're all healthy, we're all safe. Granted, none of us like what's going on, and we feel terrible. For instance, my daughter is going into her senior year of high school, and to have her have to live through this right now and have it taking its toll on what should be one of the best moments of her life is very, very difficult. However, as I keep reminding her, you just need to make the best of a situation. We don't have control over this, but we do have control over how we handle it and what we do. And I don't mean to preach, but it just goes without saying that we have to keep ourselves safe, and we have to do our part to get this turned around and keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best that in short order a vaccine is going to be developed and things can get back to normal. But in the meantime, just please stay safe. But with that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of our association. And I'll be back to you again next week with an update on what's happening over the next 7 days or so. Thank you so much.